Okay, hello everyone. My name is Giselle Nakud. I am a first year transfer and I am also part of the STOMP volunteer program. And we will be having presentations about how to study abroad and how to find a career that's right for you. So throughout the presentations, if you guys have any questions regarding them, feel free to put them in the chat. And then there will be a few minutes after each presentation for you guys to ask your questions and get any further clarifications. But yeah, definitely don't hesitate to ask any questions to learn more about these opportunities. And I will pass it over for the study abroad presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Giselle. So welcome everybody to our Study Abroad 101 presentation. My name is Mauricio and I am representing the UCLA International Education Office, or the Study Abroad Office at UCLA, which is our one-stop shop for undergraduate study abroad opportunities, which I'll define very, very shortly. Our office provides academic and program advising for a range of academic opportunities that allow students to combine a passion for travel and exploration with their academic interests and their degrees at UCLA. In our advising, we are able to connect students with returnees, and what returnees are students who have already studied abroad, because our philosophy is that talking to your peers is one of the best ways to really get a sense of what this transformative experience would be for you. But our specialized staff can again provide guidance on programs, financial aid, credits, planning, a little bit of the framework of the individual programs as well. So those are some of the resources that we provide students. So what exactly is study abroad these days? Study abroad used to be something that was very, very specific. And 20, 30 years ago, this was students that were going for a full year. They were only going to Europe. They were studying at a local university. And often this was in another language that wasn't in English. UCLA has transformed, as study abroad has transformed at UCLA and over the years now. So now it means 10, 12 different things. And today I won't talk about the 10, 12 different things, but I'll just give you a little bit of a taste of what it can be now. So first of all, you still can do that immersion experience, right? So if you want that you want to go to UNAM in Mexico City and study with local students in Spanish, you can do that. But you can also go to other parts of Latin America. You can go to Chile, you can go to Argentina and take courses in English. So it's not, language is not a limitation necessarily in these programs. You no longer have to do a full year. Especially for transfer students, it might be tough for you to commit for a full year. You've worked so hard to get to where you are, and now we want to send you away. So there are semester-based programs, there are quarter-based programs, and there's even programs that are short as 3 weeks over the summer. There's also different types. You don't have to do that immersion anymore. On these summer short-term programs, you can go with a UCLA professor. One of the examples that I like sharing is we have a program, it's a History of Paris program, where there is no classroom. Every day is a walking tour of Paris, where the professor is just showing you every nook and cranny and explaining the history, in those actual buildings, in those actual streets, of the sort of the secrets of the streets of Paris. So it's a really experiential, on the go kind of type of program with our UCLA faculty-led programs. And study abroad has now expanded to, be able to receive academic credit for interning or researching abroad. That research can be, laboratories in Singapore or Japan, working in biology or in engineering. But that research can also extend to, being in the field works, studying ecology in Costa Rica, living out in tents and exploring the jungles there, or being off of the coast of Australia or the Solomon Islands, studying the coral reefs there. So there's a huge range of what study abroad can be for students. And now, not every program shares the same structure. And what I like to share about this is that, perhaps you've talked to a friend or a family member who has studied abroad, and they tell you a very specific story. They might say something like, oh my God, Berlin is so cheap. It's so amazing. I lived with a homestay. I loved it. I studied with other UCLA students only. And that's a very awesome, I think that's a very awesome and unique experience. But Study abroad is going to look 30 different ways for other students. Let's start with living setup. There are some programs that have a homestay, but there are other programs where you don't have a homestay, you have an apartment, or you share your a room with a couple of other UC students. Or there is a residence in London that you can live with other university students. It really varies from one option to another. There may be some programs that have some meal plans available for you, but most of the programs on study abroad, you prepare your own meals, and don't let that scare you. It's a great opportunity to learn how to cook. That's how I think many of us started to learn how to cook, those that studied abroad. Your peers, some programs is going to be super immersive where you're only taking classes with local university students, but we also have programs where it's really just UCLA students that you're taking courses with. As I mentioned, the length, you can go for a full year if that's what, where your heart lies, or you can do a short 3-week summer program. Costs. If one thing I want you to take away about costs is that if all your friends or all your peers are going in this one very popular program and you look at the price tag and go, oh my God, that is a ridiculous amount. There's no way I can afford that, even with my financial aid. Explore other options, because sometimes some of the more popular programs might be ridiculously expensive, but there are other programs that might be half the cost of that program. You just have to think a little bit outside the box and maybe consider options that are not necessarily Europe, right? Programs in Latin America, Mexico, Japan, even Thailand can be a lot more affordable than and some of the more popular options in Europe. So how do you pay for this stuff? At least at UCLA, you can use your financial aid. So as long as you're going on a UC program, you can carry whatever grants that you are eligible for. The most important thing is to make sure that you complete your FAFSA or your DREAM Act application. Scholarships. There are ways to chip away at those costs of programs. A lot of the scholarships out there are need-based, but there's also identity-based scholarships and merit-based scholarships. I would say the average award ranges from $2,000 to $3,000 for those that are students that are successful. But there are some students that are studying like critical languages, like Arabic, for example, that get scholarships like $8,000 to again chip away or eliminate any kind of loan components that might be part of a financial aid package. So we strongly support students apply for scholarships. When and how to apply. This is going to look very different from one student to another and from one university to another. But just briefly, I would say go to study abroad info sessions if they're available to you. Clarify your goals. Your major doesn't necessarily, at UCLA, it doesn't dictate your study abroad program. You can go on a history program even if you're an engineering student. Research the programs that you want to do, look at the funding options, discuss this with advisors or the returnees, right? The peers who have already studied abroad, and then apply for the program. One of the common questions that we get is that, what is the best time to study abroad? And the reality is at UCLA, there is no one best time. Some students go senior year, some students go junior year, some students might go summer after their senior year, which there's an asterisk to that. If you have questions about that, come check in with me. So what I would say is consult your academic advisors. And even if you're going to study abroad your senior year, last year, start talking about study abroad the first day you're on campus, because planning that early is what's going to give you the flexibility to make this happen. The final point that I want to make is that, we take diversity and identities very seriously, and students' diversity and identity is going to look very different here at UCLA and in study abroad, right? What will a student's undocumented status, disability status, LGBTQ identities look like in the context of studying in a different country that might have different values? So check out this website. That's our website, ieo.ucla.edu/diversity, and check out some of the stories that students have shared with us. In fact, a lot of the student stories are transfer students themselves. So we encourage you to check that out. That wraps up my portion here. I'll open it for questions. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question if you have any, or just drop it in the chat if you'd rather ask a question that way. I'll give you maybe 30 seconds, and while you think about whatever questions you have, I'll just share with you our contact information. We're in Murphy Hall. There's our contact information. You can follow us on social media. Anything you find UCLA IEO, that's sort of our handle at any of those accounts. And if you want to talk to somebody one-on-one, our website /contact, we do drop in advising. We take questions from students. And if you don't end up coming to UCLA, we'd be happy to chat with you there. So thank you for all of that. And I'll just take a peek to see if there are any questions. And so there is one question here. And the question reads, are all the study abroad programs under UCAP or are the university specific ones? UCAP, very good. Someone's done their homework and their research. So I won't try to describe UCAP because it can get a little complicated here. But to answer your question, no, UCEAP isn't the only type of program that we offer. So I'll expand a little bit. Let's see how I'm doing on time. I have a few seconds. At UCLA, we have something called UCEAP, and that's hard to describe because the best way that I can say it is UCAP is an organization that works for all the UC campuses that provides programs. So UCEAP isn't one type of thing. UCAP does summer, they do fall, they do the immersion with the local university, they do the programs where you're only there with UC students, they do the homestay, they really do everything. So UCPs are really this conglomerate sort of organization that does a little bit of everything. But our campus also offers the faculty-led program. So those are the ones that we develop ourselves. So that's separate from UCAP. Those are the summer programs with UCLA professors. And then we also have a different set of programs where there's internship opportunities where you can, again, intern abroad for academic credit. So that's my attempt at your question there. Thank you so much for asking. And I will, just to be courteous, I'm going to pass it off to my colleague, Kimberly, so that she can tell you a little bit about the Career Center. If you have more questions, you can always drop them in the chat. And if you want to send them as a direct message, feel free to do so. But again, I just want to be courteous and pass it off to my colleague, Kimberly. Thank you. You are on mute, Kimberly. Kimberly, you're on mute.
Okay, so I'm on mute. All right. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you again for being here. My name is Kimberly Terrell, and I am with the UCLA Career Center. And I'm super excited to be here today to tell you about the UCLA Career Center. But I want to say first, if you get a chance to study abroad, please do. It's amazing. Okay, so as transfer students, most of you are coming in, you may have already had a chance to really explore what you want to do. But remember that there's a lot more exploring to do, and you can explore throughout your entire career. So while you're at UCLA, you're going to want to consider the opportunities that come along that are going to be a perfect fit for your career goals. This means internships, volunteering, going to events, and then ultimately what type of job or career you are interested in. So I just want to remind you, remember to be open to exploring. Also, be really aware and make meaningful connections while you're here. Whether it's your faculty members, your peers in classes, friends you meet, all of these people can help you. So make sure you're reaching out and connecting, because the number one way to find a career is through your network. Not necessarily the people you know, but maybe the people they know. So add to the social capital you already have by growing your network while you're at UCLA. That means, again, connecting to your professors, connecting to people in student affairs or the transfer center, right? You already have people who are family members and friends. Those people are already connections for you in your network. But take this opportunity to really expand and add to that. You also want to make sure that while you're here, you're perfecting your soft skills. Your academics are going to be challenging. You're going to be excited about them. You're going to be really loving those classes. But don't forget things like career and self-development, meaning, do you know what you want and are you ready to take those steps to get it? These are skills that employers look for in addition to what you learned in your coursework. So communication skills, critical thinking, teamwork is huge, leadership, equity and inclusion, and of course you don't want to forget professionalism and technology. Number one thing in technology that employers look for is someone who's really good at Excel. So if you know those pivot tables and all that stuff, you are already well on your way to having the technology. Okay, the other thing I want to say is everyone's journey looks different. So your journey is not going to look like somebody else's, and that's okay, because people come from different places and they want different things. And life takes us in a lot of really different ways and places that we maybe don't expect. So I would say be open to a journey that may look different than what you expect. But if you're sitting there thinking, okay, so I'm not quite sure what I want or how to apply my skills, or I'm not sure how to perfect those professional documents like your resume, your cover letter. We have career educators who are here who can help you do all of that. They can help you with all aspects of your career journey, from writing that resume to those interview skills, perfecting those interview skills through the hiring process. So make sure you're reaching out. And in addition to a professional staff, we have career peers who are amazing. They're trained UCLA students, a lot of them transfer students, and they know what you're going through as well. I also want to say, be open to different and new things that you maybe haven't considered, because 73% of college graduates end up in careers that aren't related to their major. So there are lots of opportunities that you might want to take advantage of. And if it sounds good, lean into it. Make sure you're talking to people and taking advantage of everything UCLA has to offer. I also want to talk a little bit about some of the resources you will find at the UCLA Career Center, including workshops and programs. We have programs like our upcoming Career Week, which we host every year, where we have lots of information about careers. We have our Career Ready Boot Camp, where we connect people to mentors. We have networking events. Make sure you're attending those and our workshops and taking advantage of these to really learn how to use your skills and knowledge and your strengths and network to achieve your career goals. And of course, once you get your bachelor's degree, you want to consider graduate school. It's not for everyone, maybe not right away, but for a lot of people, going to graduate school is a real option. So we can help you look at those options, plan for graduate school. We can help you with that application process, whether it's med school, or you just want to get your MBA, or you want to get a master's in something else. Whatever it is, we can help you with that. Okay, don't forget our career and internship fairs. We have a couple coming up in the next couple of weeks that happen at this time every spring. We have a pre-health application week. If you're considering going to med school or some other type of school, including dental, veterinary, whatever it is, we will have people there who are looking and can give you information, looking for students for their programs. Additionally, the following week, we have our annual spring hire fair with different recruiters from all sorts of fields and majors. So know that while you're here, you have access to all of that. How do you access it? Handjack. So Handjack, if you're not familiar, is an online job board. You may have experienced using it at a different institution. At UCLA, we really use Handjack a lot. You can sign up for events. You can create your own profile, right? So something like this, sort of like a social media profile, similar to LinkedIn. You can connect with employers. And the more you put on your profile, the more likely employers are to reach out to you. And employers want to hire UCLA students. Okay, I'm going to keep going. You can also access all of our content remotely 24/7. We have a lot of things, including our YouTube channel, career newsletters that go out, and lots of digital resources to take advantage of, including Handshake. Another one that's really great is VMOC. You can upload your resume and get digital help. If you want at 3 o'clock in the morning, I won't be there, but VMOC will be. So you can also look at a lot of other things we have. Focus 2, which helps you understand who you are, or Going Global, which helps you pursue opportunities in different countries. So there's a lot of online resources as well. And finally, I just want to wrap up by talking about the different services you can find by either connecting with us virtually or coming into the office. And that includes one-on-one career advising and drop-in sessions. So if you just have 15 minutes, you want to drop in, have a quick question, we can help you with drop-ins, either in person or virtually. Again, we have those workshops and different information sessions, including we bring employers to campus, we bring employers for information sessions, we do on-campus recruiting. Also, again, those digital resources. So I know I'm running out of time. I want to say thank you. Here's our contact information. It's a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. But if there are any questions, we're open to answering them. Thank you all for being here. Thank all of you as you leave. Remember to connect with us once you're here. We want to see you. Hi.
You guys can join the main session and then we will end it off there. So thank you all for coming to this breakout room. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about the resources we offer here at UCLA, and we look forward to seeing you in the future, hopefully.